So in class, we are learning about, well, all different learning theories, but the latest one we have learned about is called transforming individual learning theory. So this is what we've been kind of doing all semester, what we've been put through. So with my educator class, this transformative learning theory is pretty much based for adult learners right now. Um, and it's just how we get the best results and how can we get those things to stay and make actually transform this person as a clinician or as just an adult learner. So like the couple things that you do, first off, I've done a lot of self-reflecting. This semester we've had to you know take a look back and talk about our clinical practices right now, which for me was like 4 months, so it wasn't that hard. And just like really evaluate of what we think we could be doing better. And so that was kind of a struggle at first because I just started off, so I'm like I can do a lot better because I don't have any concrete practices. So the first thing we did for transformative learning was to just really self-reflect on our clinical practice, which for you, not as a clinician, but that could just be self-reflecting. And we've been through this a lot this year. We like going through all this struggle. We have self-reflected on past experiences, and so this is kind of like what we've been doing there. And then after you self reflect and think about the things that you can change, then you go into and you go learning new techniques. And so I have definitely learned a lot of new things in my as a clinician this semester. And so, just learning those techniques, and then the next process is implementing them. So we self reflect, we see what we need to change. We then learn some new things and then implement them into our clinical practice. And then we reflect again. And we really see how is this really, can we really implement this into our practice? Is this going to actually change the way we think? Because I think at some point of time, you're learning something new right now. And then and the next day our minds forget, or we learn something else and we just completely don't implement that into our lifestyle. So how I am not an organized person, so I learn a new way to be organized. Let's take for instance Chelsea's laundry baskets, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to implement these into my house. And I think typically you get too overwhelmed with other things and you don't actually change. But this transformative learning is to actually make those changes stick into your practice. So I know I just went over a lot, but I guess what do you think transformative learning is like, I guess?
Well, it sounds like it's you reflect on the habits you currently have or the lifestyle you currently lead, and then you see something different and try to think about how you could change your current situation into something that would be better. And if you find that solution, then you try to implement it into your own life and see how it works from there.
Wow, you are just such a great student. Um, Thank you. And this, just transformative learning, I've struggled this semester just not thinking I'm good enough or adequate enough, and that's actually that's kind of the process of this is, really self-reflecting on and without self-reflection you don't have any growth because you're not trying to see what's wrong and trying to make it better. So I think that's the whole part of this as adult learners is we really have to get down to the nitty gritty and say, okay, yeah, I had 5 donuts for breakfast the past 10 days. Let me self reflect on this and then make a change. And without that, then I don't think things happen. So, good
Agreed.
job, learner.
Good job.